Hey everyone, welcome back to
Oti.
Graps. I'm Omer,
I'm Trevor.
and I messed up this intro again, but hey, we salvaged it.
Hey,
Welcome
hey,
back.
we did something with it.
Welcome back to the show where we talk all things wacky in professional wrestling. Trevor, we have a wonderful show unplanned for our viewers today.
I love how you say unplanned because it really is not planned.
This is like literally, I was like, hey, Trevor, this, and you were like, this, yes. So that's basically how it goes, guys.
That's how our meetings go.
Yeah, all 10 minutes of them before the show. But
Yep.
we appreciate y'all. Be sure to smash that like button. Be sure to go over to youtube.com/OT Graps and subscribe. We just got over 205 subs on that channel. So
Again,
it's growing.
I'm
It's
just
growing.
amazed by it all, dude. Thank you so much for all your support, guys. I'm amazed by it.
Y'all know. So there's going to be more content coming from that in the coming weeks. Obviously, clips from the show, Trevor's thoughts, and Trevor, you have been getting some comments on those shorts. How dare you enjoy something?
Which one are you talking about?
I mean, there's been a few of them. There was one on the I saw like there was one on like you talking about it was like a clip of you talking about the main event like of WrestleMania, like, oh, this was like an all-time main event or something. And like there's someone who's like, I can't believe this guy didn't know nothing about back in my day wrestling was, you know. And then little do they know, Trevor's out here like back in my day,
My day. It's some of the comments I get are just absolutely hilarious, and it's guys that think they know more about everything than everyone else. Like the Hulk Hogan one was still one that I laugh to this day. Hulk Hogan was the face of the company. What do you mean he's a bad actor? If it wasn't for Hulk Hogan, we would have wrestling.
I'm like, imagine thinking that we wouldn't have WWE, but imagine thinking we wouldn't have wrestling. This is that's hilarious. Did you see what Hogan said though recently?
Something.
He's always saying something, but so this week Hulk Hogan said that the original idea for WrestleMania 6 was for him to go heel afterwards, and then he was gonna change, and then he pitched the name Triple H back in 1990 for himself. Thoughts?
He also was a lead guitarist for a rock band too. Just saying. Yo, I swear, Senility hit him at 46. like, dude, like, what? and that's why, honestly, I judge you. I judge anybody who tells me their favorite wrestler is Hulk Hogan. I do. I judge you harshly because there is no way possible that you sit there and tell me that this man that buried a man that who already passed when he was talking about Roddy Piper, he said Piper wasn't about business, brother. He always wanted to shine better. He never wanted to sell anybody. I tried to tell him, I said, Roddy, this is what's gonna happen, brother. We gotta sell. And he never sells anybody, brother. I don't know what he does. My whole career, I've sold everyone I've been in the ring with. And I'm looking.
Bruh, him kicking out at 2.99 in the main event of WrestleMania against Warrior? Brother, I need them to know, brother, that I would have kicked out.
I'm like, okay. All right.
Not even 4 minutes into this show, we've already given out about Hulk Hogan.
Exactly. And I'm going to get more heat for it. It's okay.
Oh yeah, we're gonna clip this one and post it on there because people gonna love it. We're already talking about it, right? We're already talking about Hogan. Let's continue talking about it. Trevor,
he really said that. He said that Triple H thing.
Hulk Hogan claims that he pitched the name Triple H back when he was supposed to turn heel for himself.
Why would that even work?
Heel Hulk Hogan, brother.
You're missing another H.
No, heel Hulk Hogan. Look, I think that was
Heel Hulk Hogan. That's the name. That's awful.
well, brother, I'm coming.
Brother, you know I'm heel Hulk Hogan, brother. You know,
I
brother.
will say this: this man, no one got more out of pro wrestling by doing less, or by not by doing the same thing. Like Hulk Hogan went from doing brother, I'm a champion, brother, in WWE to going to WCW as a face and being like, brother, I'm a brother, I'm a champion, brother, to being in the NWO and being like, brother, I play the guitar and I'm a champion, brother, to coming back to WWE and doing, brother, I'm old, but I can still kind of wrestle, brother.
In your opinion, what made Hollywood Hogan work? In your opinion,
It was the fact that Hulk Hogan turned heel.
Because like you never really seen that. Of course, no one he hadn't turned heel.
So here's the thing, right? For imagine this. Imagine if John Cena turned heel. Okay, yeah, let's say in like 2013, right? Let's say Cena turns heel and he just stays heel for like another 5 years, but he doesn't change anything about him. For a solid 3 of those 5 years, he's still going to be interesting because you're still like mesmerized by like, oh my God, he's heel. Like,
but see,
there was no evolution of the Hulk Hogan character when he was heel.
See, Cena was different though. Cena wasn't really that convincing as a heel, to be honest. Like, even when he was a heel, he wasn't really that convincing as a heel. Like I'm sitting there looking at him, I was like, this guy kind of sucks. I mean, you couldn't deny him in the ring, but in like what he said on the mic, but like it was very unconvincing. Cena wasn't very convincing as a heel at all to me. I mean, maybe that's just me, but but like Hogan, you'd be like, oh, I can see this jabroni being a heel. I can see it. I can see him being a heel. But then when he became a heel, it's like it was all a love fest. It was all I'm the greatest brother, and I've done this, brother, and I've taken down the company, brother,
Horace
and
Hogan, brother,
and Horace Hogan, brother.
Horace,
You can't,
Horace, brother. You're
Hogan,
my brother.
He's my
was
brother,
your father, brother,
brother, cousin, brother.
My brother. You're my brother. Brother, yo, this man literally cut a promo where half the words were brother. That was funny as hell.
Then he started off, listen, brother,
Horace, brother,
and brother, next pay-per-view, brother, spaghetti. Like, it just wouldn't make sense. Like, but no, like Hulk Hogan, I don't know how we got on Hulk Hogan, but Hulk Hogan will always be one of the butts of professional wrestling, the butts of jokes in professional wrestling, along with the Nasty Boys.
Do you love Hulk Hogan? Let us know in the comment section, guys. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe, all that jazz. Oh, man. Well, Trev, we got CC in the chat giving us a yo. What's up, CC? Good to see you guys.
Yo.
Sound off in the chat. Let us know you're here. Be sure to let us know your presence and let us know what you guys want to talk about. Trevor, I'll tell you what I want to talk about.
I know what you want to talk about.
Oh, you know what I want to talk about. You know what I want to talk about. do. I want to talk about this absolutely immaculate card for AEW Dynasty 2024. It's so wild. Just quick aside, I cannot believe it's the year 2024. That it still blows me.
I keep writing 2023. Actually, it's kind of funny.
Like, I feel so old, bro. Like, and like, I had a person at work the other day, like a person who's like younger than me, obviously, like called me a boomer, and I was like, oh wow, damn, that's crazy, bro. It really do be like that. But Trevor, we have so much to talk about actually, because we have AEW Dynasty. And actually, hold up, I just like realized something on the air as we're doing. Okay, I also have, Trevor, I have an announcement for you as well as the audience, because I just realized something I didn't know before. So the WWE draft is taking place on April 26th.
Right.
We would have to have our draft show next week.
Yeah.
Because
crap.
So a big announcement: the OT Graps draft is back, baby. Next Tuesday night, 7 p.m.
I got a lot of flack last time for my draft.
You guys really laid into Trevor for his draft.
And the funny thing is, it was a great draft if you're just drafting it, because the way I understood it was, I'm starting a promotion. And who would I want to start my promotion around? Now, if you think about the way about that, like, yeah, you want a champion, but why would you not want to make your own? You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I did. And there were so many people that hated that idea.
well, later in this show, I will do my best to pull up, because we had like rules. We had like.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the rules were.
Yeah, I will. I'll like spend some time like doing that, like while we're on the air, because I think I have them saved somewhere. I just have to like find the actual place. Anyway, well, oh wow, we have the draft is already back. I can't believe it just sprung on us like an RKO out of nowhere.
Out
of nowhere, brother. Brother, I took an RKO. It was out of nowhere, brother.
I created the RKO, brother. It was my first move.
Yes, and I created the RKO, bro. Hulk Hogan is such a damn liar. Like, how does he get it? Bro, I feel like, remember Jesse from Breaking Bad? When he's like, you can't keep getting away with this. That's me, bro. Every time Hogan opens his mouth, I'm just like, why are people still marking out about his lies?
Oh my god.
All right, well, I will find the rules of the draft in a few. But Trevor, first, we got to talk about AEW Dynasty. Fantastic pay-per-view coming up this coming Sunday, live from the something city, St. Louis, Missouri. Trevor, we got AEW Dynasty coming up this Sunday from St. Louis, Missouri, and it is a packed show. Look at all of
I will say this is probably the smallest card for AEW show that I've seen in a while.
It is, my good friend. It is still Tuesday as of this recording.
True. Tony Khan will probably
3 shows.
Matches tomorrow.
We have 3 shows in between now that Tony will definitely add some matches to. But right now, the card as it stands, 8 matches, 8 fantastic matches. Let me just run through them real quick. We obviously have the big dream match, Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson. We also have the TBS championship on the line, Julia Hart versus Willow Nightingale. Samoa Joe defending the All Elite Wrestling World Championship against Swerve Strickland. The AEW Women's World Championship being defended against Tony Storm defending against Thunder Rosa. A 6-man tag team match, Adam Copeland, Eddie Kingston, and the one, the only, Mr. Mark Briscoe versus the House of Black. AEW International Championship being defended against Kyle O'Reilly by Roderick Strong. The Young Bucks FTR ladder match for the AEW World Tag Team titles. And the AEW Continental Championship. Pac versus the one, the only, the Rainmaker, Okada.
First and foremost.
My guy.
First and foremost, you have some great matches on those, but let's just talk about the 4 bangers. Like the 4 bangers off Bucks, Pac, Okada, Ospreay, Bryan Danielson, like Willow Nightingale. And my girl, dude, I said 4. It's actually 5 bangers, like off, like.
Bro, I have to disagree with you. It's 8 out of 8. These are all bangers.
Oh well, yeah, they are all bangers. You're right, but like, I'm just saying that the
Yeah.
ones that like really stand out to me are those five, but they're all banger matches.
Yeah. Let's go through them one by one. First, let's start with the probably the match that had like the weakest build, but it's still probably going to be a spectacular match. The AEW TNT champion Adam Copeland teaming up with Eddie Kingston, Mark Briscoe to take on the House of Black. Trevor, first of all, what are your thoughts? Because at first we thought we were getting, maybe Malachi versus Adam
That's what I was
Copeland. That seemed
actually
to be,
hoping. Hoping actually.
yeah, that seemed to be the
I was
challenge laid
hoping
out. But
for a title match.
yep, that's what we all thought. But now we're getting a 6-man tag match. What are your thoughts?
I mean, it's always good to see my ROH World Champion in the wrestle, Mr. Mark Briscoe. But
Acknowledge him.
have to. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's a match. It's not the biggest build up, but dude, you got some bangers in there. The House of Black, Buddy Murphy, Malachi Black, Brody Lee, not Brody Lee, but Brody King. And also on the other side, you got Mark Briscoe, Eddie Kingston, and Adam Copeland. Like, I mean, Eddie Kingston aside, this is going to be a great match. It's,
It is going to be a fantastic match.
it's going to be fun. It's a lot of fun.
So who do you think gets the victory here?
This one can go honestly either way, but I think it's going to be the big three.
Sir, what you mean the big three? It's a 3-on-3 match.
I call them the big three. I would call the other one the actual name because they have a team name. The other ones don't.
Well,
Adam
look.
Copeland.
Wait, is that
Adam
her name?
Copeland.
I thought no. See, when you said big three, I was like, wait, Jade? She's not here.
Oh yeah, sorry. So Adam
But
Copeland, Kingston, and
Briscoe.
Mark.
Cool. Yep, I agree with that. I would love to see the baby faces win. Although the one thing that's seems to be the case, you're gonna have a lot of baby faces going over on this show, and some big.
Yeah, I think so too. Except if they let we'll get to that. Never mind. We'll get to
No,
that.
no. You gotta give the people what they want.
Except if Swerve wins the title. If Swerve wins the title, he's not necessarily a face. So
Ooh, we got some
Yeah.
stuff. We gonna talk about it, Trevor. Moving on, let's talk about the International Championship. Champion Roderick Strong defending against his one-time friend, now foe seemingly, Kyle O'Reilly, after weeks of trying to get him to join the Undisputed Kingdom and failing to do so. Kyle O'Reilly was finally turned on by Roderick Strong as he attacked him on Collision last week. And now we have the matchup. International title on the line. There's like a lot of history between these two. What are your thoughts here?
I was waiting for this match. I knew it was going to happen sooner or later. Kyle O'Reilly has actually always been my favorite out of that group. He's always been my favorite out of the the group even when they were undisputed when they were in NXT. I've always been a fan of Kyle O'Reilly. His just style in the ring has always been just nasty. Like he on the Indies, he tore the Indies up when he was hot. But I love this match. I think it's going to be fun. I mean, Roger Strong proves he can still go. So I can't wait. I can't wait for the match. Even though I honestly think Roger's going to win, I don't think they're going to drop the belt yet because of what they're trying to build here with the Undisputed Kingdom. But yeah, I can't wait to see Kyle O'Reilly in action.
I think this match has the potential to be like probably the best match. And think about what that means. Like, I think these two are going to go out there with the mentality that, like, all right, we are on a stacked card. Everyone knows we're two of the best wrestlers in the world. Let's go out there and just absolutely kill it. I think this is going to be.
They're going to tear the house down.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And you could say that about any match on this card, but man, like this is going to be next level. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch.
It's going to be a lot of fun, but and one thing that I don't know if the viewers know, but one thing about Kyle O'Reilly, he is stiff. He is a stiff practitioner, dude. He has some of the best elbows I've seen. Like and his kicks are great too. Like It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I mean, Roderick can also be pretty stiff in his matches, but it's gonna be fun. A lot of fun.
I just found the draft rules, so we will go over those at the end.
Good.
Anyway, but yep. So I agree with you though. I think Roddy pulls it out. Like he just got his title, so we're gonna give it some time to breathe. And look, I think the story is going to be who does Kyle O'Reilly enlist to help him, you know, in this feud with the Undisputed Kingdom. Trevor, well,
is it? I have some beliefs, but I don't know if it's gonna be it.
well, my friend, there is a pay-per-view coming up in June that it emanates from the most beautiful place in the world, Long Island, New York.
New York, yeah.
And if they can drag this out for another 2 months,
I think they can. I think they have the ability to do so.
I'm telling you, bro. Like, think about this. MJF enlisting Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish to take on the Undisputed Kingdom. Imagine that. Like, against
is Bobby still wrestling? I know he was on TNA.
Bobby, look, Bobby's out there, you know, doing his thing on the indie. Like, I'm not sure where he and AEW are, but if there's a chance to bring him back,
older wrestlers, Bobby Fish is killing it.
That man has been wrestling since Vern Gagne was a twinkle in his father's eyes. Think about what that means.
Dude,
so
yeah, Bobby's what? Is he 50? He's not 50.
He's like right around 50 years old. But like the joke the joke is Bobby Fish has like literally been wrestling since the Stone Age. So shout out to Bobby. Except some of your beliefs. Anyway, but that's a lot of wrestlers have terrible beliefs. Anyway, moving on. Trevor, what match should we talk about next? So many.
Let's see. You know what? How about that tag team match? FTR versus the Young Bucks. Ladder match.
Well, first things first, we got to talk about that damn segment, Trevor. They showed the footage. They showed the footage of CM Punk and Jack Perry's little tussle. What do you think?
Have you seen the footage of CM Punk actually talking about it, and then they put the footage that they showed next to it, and how it miraculously doesn't match what he's saying?
Whoa, no. It matches almost exactly what he says in that footage. The thing that doesn't match is like kind of his like description of what like one Jack Perry said, and also his description of like some of the events leading up to it. But anyway, but there's been a lot of talk online about that footage, Trevor. Was it the right thing for AEW to release that and make it part of the story?
You know what? I said on this show last week with you and said absolutely it was the worst decision Tony Khan's ever made. I don't know if it was now. Like I still don't think it should have been put out there like that and made part of the storyline, but it's getting a lot of talks and people are like, this guy is nuts. Some people are watching because of that. Some people are like, I'm staying away. But like, if you're getting a 50-50, that can't be bad for business. Like but the way it was done, it wasn't done how I thought it was going to be done. It was done actually kind of, if you can call something like this tasteful, kind of tastefully. But like it was one of those things that definitely has mixed reviews. I mean, everything you do in pro wrestling is going to have mixed reviews. No one's going to agree on everything. But I don't know if it was the worst thing to do at this point, though.
So, ultimately it's TBD because we have to see what the long-term impact is, particularly with Jack Perry, because it seems to have done some good for him.
It has, definitely has.
But for this story in this match, I wholeheartedly still believe that it was the wrong decision to air the footage.
Right.
Because nobody's talking about this match.
No one's talking about the match. The match, no. The situation in general, it is AEW company is getting buzz, which is great. But you're absolutely right. The match is null and void. No one really cares about this match, to be honest with you.
Like, I mean, like, people care. Like, AEW fans care. Like, that's the thing. Like, my thing is, if you're going for telling a great story, which is what I'm always looking for, right? Then, like, you were better off, in my view, touting, like, oh, the Young Bucks have, like, you know, a special presentation or whatever about the situation in All In, and literally do exactly what they did. The promos, word for word, everything exactly the way they did, but don't show the footage. Because here's the issue, Trevor, with the footage. It got to a place in people's heads, right, where, like, everyone believed, like, this footage was going to be, like, oh my God, there's this massive thing that, like, oh, Jack Perry fought CM Punk blood. Like, everyone thought it was going to be this massive thing that, like, you know,
didn't live up to the hype.
Either clearly vindicated or, you know, implied Punk or whatever, or indicted Punk. And the truth of the matter is, it was exactly what we've been talking about. It was a fight that was quickly broken up, where it looked like Punk seemed to be the instigator in the physical altercation. It's what we've known. It's literally what Punk said. So for me, right, like, or like the way that things played out, they did the segment, and no one's talking about what the Young Bucks said. No one even listens to a word the Young Bucks said. Everyone's just talking about the promo, or sorry, the footage. And look, the stink of the footage situation has basically gone away at this point. Like, it was a massive deal for a week. People were talking about AEW gonna go out of business like WCW. Look at that now, WWE gonna win. Like,
I mean, that was the biggest thing. Oh, they're gonna do this. They're gonna sick themselves. They're committing career suicide. Blah 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 blah.
The amount of dishonest takes I've heard about that from, like, like, some creators who I respect, others who I quite frankly don't. It has been laughable. Like. I understand if you have an agenda against against AEW or against WWE that, like, you know, you want them to go out of business, but as fans, like, no one should want that. And honestly, like, when you're talking about a company going out of business, you have to look at things from a business standpoint as well. From a business standpoint, AEW is about to be a profitable company once their next contract kicks in. That's just the truth. That is just the truth. Whether you like it or not, doesn't matter. Whether you want to type on your little keyboard or on your phone, like, about how I stand with WWE, I stand with AEW, doesn't matter. Both companies are going to be around for a while. It would take something catastrophic for either one of them to fail.
Absolutely.
So my advice to anyone who's out there and just all you do is complain about something, go find something you like. Well, there's already enough negativity out there, you know? I don't know. That's just my takeaway from this situation. Just stop the tribal BS.
But that's the thing, though. They do like pro wrestling, which is why they crap on it.
Well, there's a lot of fans who are just around Trevor to like crap on pro wrestling. It's a weird thing with fandom, and you know this, like, better than I do, right?
I mean, I was being facetious, but like, honestly, you're absolutely right. Like, I've noticed with any fan of anything, right? Like, you have your negativity. Like, you have your fans of football, like, oh, they don't care about them boys. What about the CTE? What about this? What about that? Oh, he hit him good. Good job. He knocked him out. Oh, good job. Good job. Like, you can't kiss your own ass and downplay yourself in the same sentence. You can't do that. Like, but like, you have your fans of everything, every movie, every sport, every fighter, every whatever, like, that will support and be like, hey, like, this is great. And then you're like, you know what? I don't like the other company. Have you ever seen that other company? No, you know what? All they do is steal other wrestlers. All they do, none of the wrestlers have they ever made themselves. Sonny Kiss, Joey Janela. Can I name?
We want to talk about homegrown
Orange
AEW.
Cassidy. Darby Allin was a star before he came. Can we like, honestly, like, just get out of the business?
AJ Styles. Oh, you want to talk about the other company? AJ Styles, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes.
Like, oh, I'll have you know that these sophisticated wrestling fans are getting on my nerves. Not the whiny ones, but the sophisticated ones that I'll have you know, Cody got started in WWE in OVW, their promotion, and he wasn't a star anywhere else. His career went to shit when he left WWE.
His career went to where when he left that?
No,
his career began when he left WWE. Let's be honest here.
You wouldn't know who Cody Rhodes was if he didn't leave WWE.
If Cody Rhodes did not leave WWE, he would never have been a world champion.
No, he wouldn't. He'd still be complaining about his storyline.
But and
they decided to use his father's death in a storyline. Why do you keep talking about this man's father? God, I am so sick of this.
I just giving out about Cody.
Jesus.
Shout out to Cody.
Yeah, shout out to Cody, definitely. But no, like, honestly, I'm sick of the so-called quote-unquote wrestling fans that know, like, maybe three main facts and complain about everything else.
Oh, well, they're going to tell you in the comment section. I'll tell you what. They're going to tell you about it. They're going to tell you about those 3 facts.
Exactly.
Shout out your 3 facts in the comment section. We got Unlimited Power saying, Seth Rollins was seen eating dinner with Moxley and Claudio last night in Ohio, according to Cage Side Seats website. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
I mean, they're friends.
They are friends. It is interesting that his contract is up. I'm sure that Mox has, like, at least been like, hey, you ever thought about it? Like, you know, like that.
You ever thought about leaving? Well, I think it also depends on what Becky does, too, because Becky's contract's up, too.
Yeah.
So I think it also depends on what Becky wants to do. But
looks like Becky's coming back pretty soon.
Oh, okay. I mean, but you got to understand, like, him and Will Ospreay have been talking trash for the longest time.
If in the, like, whatever 5% chance they actually are able to land Seth Rollins, if they're able to cut that from if they're able to have that feud, I don't care what the censors or what the fine is. Tony, let him get like 3 F-bombs off. Just let Will Ospreay get like 3 of them off in one segment.
That's all I'm asking for.
You, bro, get out of my freaking head, bro. You, I was in your freaking head, bro. Come on, bro. Frick you, bro.
Oh, man. Yeah, that would be great. But, again, this is just speculation. It's like you said, like less than a 5% chance.
Joe said, what did you miss? A lot of BS. We complained about Hulk Hogan for a minute.
yeah, Joe. You missed the Hulk Hogan dissing 30-minute segment that I'm going to get a lot of flack for.
Anyway, let's get back to this pay-per-view that I don't know how we got off this track. Let's get back to the pay-per-view. So, Trevor, FTR, Young Bucks, who wins?
Young Bucks.
Good Christian boys.
They need to.
Some noise.
To continue this heel run that they're going, they have to win the belt. They have to. It makes no sense for them not to. They have to win this belt.
For sure.
And they have to do it in the most dishonest way possible.
The real question, Trevor, do we get Jack Perry in St. Louis helping them win?
Honestly, I say it would help their case if you did. To be honest, I say it would help the storyline if you did. I don't think you're gonna get it though, but it would totally help the storyline if Jack Perry came out and helped.
It is going to be amazing right up until he picks up a mic and we get
Jack Perry.
Hey. I'll have you know I'm not just a goat. I'm a scapegoat. Jack Perry.
You're Jack Perry.
I don't like what people on the internet say about me. Jack Perry.
Your Jack Perry impersonation always makes me want tapioca.
That's my man's eating at the whole folks home, bro. Nah. All love the Jack. I think his work at the New Japan Windy City Riot show was awesome though. He like
yeah.
It was a really fun show.
Didn't see that show. Definitely check it out. He looked amazing in that show. He definitely did. I mean, all the jokes we make about Jack Perry and every other wrestler, he actually is talented. He actually can wrestle.
For sure. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the one, the only, the TBS Championship. Willow Nightingale facing off against TBS champion Julia Hart for the belt. Mercedes in the background has kept her eye on this match because it seems to be the case that whoever wins this match, Trevor, will face Mercedes at Double or Nothing. What do you think?
I think that this is a great match, and I honestly, we've rant and raved about how good um, Julia Hart has been, and she's been a great TBS champion. Like she has gotten leaps and bounds so much better, and I love what they're doing with her. Willow Nightingale, what can you say about Willow Nightingale? That hasn't already been said. Willow is such a great wrestler. Like she's so good. Um, with that being said, to me, it wouldn't make a lot of sense to have Willow win and then have Mercedes and Willow have that, have their rematch pretty much. But I think that might be what they're building, even though I don't think it would make a whole lot of sense because she's going to drop it quick. Because Mercedes is going to win that belt. They're going to put a belt on her, and they're going to put a belt on her quick.
Willow winning that belt is going to be awesome because she will win. That's my prediction.
Right.
But the potential here for a heel run with Willow, I genuinely believe this. I think they should have Mercedes Moné lose her first match in AEW.
Now her first championship or her first match?
She's likely gonna have her first match at Double or Nothing. She's already stated that.
Okay.
I think it's going to be for the TBS belt, and I think it's going to be against Willow Nightingale. That would kind of make sense. I think that Mercedes should lose her first match. Everyone in that building and everyone watching at home is going to believe that she's winning.
You know what? That's a good point.
And like you can and like people are gonna be like, "Oh, you can't bury her." That's not burying her if she loses to Willow, and it's not a clean finish. You're doing two things. You're accomplishing two things. Number one, you're doing the thing that everyone thinks that's like a predictable outcome. The Mercedes wins. It's her first match. Blah blah blah. But you're kind of like swerving them, but doing it with a purpose because you can have Mercedes win the next two matches in the feud. Go up in the feud and kind of like even tell a story of like Mercedes, like, man, I thought it was gonna be easy here. Like honestly, I thought it was gonna be easy here. Like I came to change things, but turns out I'm the one who needs to change a little bit to adjust to this, right? Because it's different here. And there's like a bit of a story you can tell. And then on top of that, right, the rub goes to Willow. Like and at a time where she needs it. She won the Owen Hart Cup last year, and it barely did squat for her.
No.
I think she needs more than a month to establish herself as a champion. And on top of that, you also, I think, need to give her a big win. There's no bigger win right now than Mercedes Moné.
I mean, it does make sense. It does make sense. And it actually, now, not saying that it doesn't, but it actually gives the TBS title some legitimacy, some more legitimacy that I think it needs. I mean, just the run that Julia Hart has had with it, to me, has boosted up a lot. I think Chris Statlander helped too, but I don't think Chris Statlander was allowed to hold it long enough, if that makes sense. But I honestly agree that it would be a honest, like, what was the mind screw if they let Moné lose to Willow for that belt. And it does nothing but you want to see Moné more. You want to see her get back on her feet and dust herself off. And you can't stop watching Willow. Like she turned heel. She's going nuts. She's doing this. It would help. It definitely will help. It'll kind of give you WrestleMania 39 Cody Rhodes vibes, because we both thought he should have lost that match, and we thought it would have did something better if they didn't screw with the storyline. But like, this is a chance to see what it could have been with him, honestly. Because honestly, I think that's a great idea.
Liam says, I'm still out here driving to the Banks theme song. Had a dream, not a maid, not a one. Sasha Banks, baby. Who is Brett Baker going to go up against? Well. There's a few people that she could go up against. I will talk about who I think she's going to go up against when we talk about our next match, which is, of course, Trevor, the AEW, Women's World Championship match. Timeless Toni Storm against the one, the only, the former champion who did not lose her belt, Thunder Rosa. Yeah.
I love Thunder Rosa. I do.
We all love Thunder Rosa. All right, man. Toni Storm, Thunder Rosa, AEW Women's World Championship on the line. What are your thoughts?
I gotta give credit where credit is due, right? Tony has done a great job, and so has Toni Storm done a great job with this timeless character. Dude, I cannot believe it took her people this long to let her be her. Like this character is amazing. Timeless Toni Storm is probably one of the best heel characters I've seen in a long time. Like, honestly, and I'm saying a lot. I don't know how you feel about it, and you're gonna tell me afterwards. But I honestly love Timeless Toni Storm. I love the work she's been doing. She's been funny. She's been crass. She's been absolutely confusing, and I love it. And it works for her. It absolutely works for her. The build up to this match was decent, right? Don't you agree? I think
it's been fine. Yeah, I think like they have been telling a story. I would have preferred them having like an in-ring promo, but
yeah, me too. But you do what you can do, right? Yeah, I mean that's AEW for you, unfortunately. But especially when it comes to that women's division. But anyway, baby steps, right? Baby steps.
Very small baby steps. This is I'm growing concerned about the baby.
Kind of like tiptoes, like that. but no, like honestly, I think this is gonna be a good match. But I think they should. I don't think Tony's done with the title. I think she should win. I think that's how you build it up. Tony should win because I have a feeling that someone is gonna say something in a minute, and I say someone talking about this guy here.
Timeless Toni Storm has been doing the work of her career. She has absolutely electrified every storyline that she's been in. She has made Dynamite a much better show to watch. Every time she's on screen, I go nuts because I think she's the best. I love it. I want to see more of it. And that is exactly why she should lose the AEW Women's World Championship at Dynasty. And that's why I think she will lose. I think Thunder Rosa wins. And part of it is, I think, it's getting about to the time where we might want to think about turning Toni Storm into a face again, because she's just so over.
Yeah.
But because she's already a tweener, basically. She's loving the adulation. Yeah. But mostly, Trevor, Thunder Rosa out here. You want to make her return feel important, and you want to make her as a character feel important. Because remember, she was the world champion when she left due to injury back in 2022. That was almost 2 years ago.
She honestly had one of the worst runs.
But it was because of the injury.
Yeah, it was. I'm not saying it was her fault. No, it's not one of her at all. I mean, but no, it was because of the injury. You're absolutely right.
But Trev, if they were to pick right back up where they left off, you do two things. Number one, you reestablish Thunder Rosa as a dominant force in that women's division in the same way that she was right before she left. So that instead of like doing all the work of a slow burn climb back up to the top, boom, it's right there. You establish her as a threat. And then she wins, she's celebrating. And as she's celebrating, she's got the title in the air, the music's playing, Thunder Rosa, do, 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 all this stuff. And then we just hear, Doctor will see you now. Bro, you wanna build up. You already sold this pay-per-view to people, right? Yeah. Dynasty's already. Yeah. You want to sell some more pay-per-view tickets? You want to sell some? Britt Baker comes out and she just looks at Thunder Rosa and it's like, oh, AEW's back. That's 2022 again, baby. Let's go.
And we're still waiting for Jimmy AI to come back too.
Yeah, we're waiting for Jamie Hayter, but I think Britt Baker is close. Britt Baker is close.
Yeah, nah, shit. I mean, that's a great point though. That is a valid point. Tony Storm has done her job with that title. She definitely has. Like, it wouldn't be a crime if she lost it. Honestly, my opinion is that she doesn't lose it, but it wouldn't be a crime if she lost it.
I also think the thing with Tony Storm is she's got this storyline that's been developing with Mariah May that doesn't need the title. You know?
She doesn't. She really doesn't. She doesn't need to hold the title. She's one of those superstars that definitely does not need to hold the title for her to be interesting. And like you said, that story with Mariah May is definitely helping out a lot.
It's like Kyle O'Reilly don't even like Kyle O'Reilly anymore, man. That's crazy. Job saying, I miss Rebel. We do too. Shout out to Rebel.
Yeah, I miss Rebel. And she's been hurt for 3,000 years, but I miss Rebel.
All right, moving on, Trevor. Let's talk about the Continental Championship. Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker, versus the Bastard Pac. Ooh. This right here, bro.
This, again, you said this earlier about the Kyle O'Reilly match. This could steal the show.
No, this will steal the show. Not could. It will.
This could definitely steal the show. This could be the match of the night.
Oh my goodness. Like the sheer variety when Pac came back on that random episode of Collision, I was like, oh. And he was like staring down with Okada. It was one of the funniest things because Okada was just like looking down at him, and Pac was like leaning into him, like, "What are you gonna do?" He's like a little bulldog, you know, like a French bulldog going into him. Bro, this I can't wait for this match. I know we all know Okada's gonna win. We all know that. I can't wait for this match. It's gonna be a banger,
dude. It's gonna be a great match, dude. Oh my god, it's gonna be Pac versus the Rainmaker. I cannot wait. Malachi Black. I can't wait for Pac. I cannot wait for Pac. Like, he also is one of those guys that unfortunately gets hurt a lot.
Yep, a part of it is there's been a lot of start and stop with him. Part of it is the injuries. The other part is like the visa issues he's faced.
I was gonna say it was his visa issues for most of it, right?
I mean, I think this past one was like a bit of both. Like, I mean, that's just something like AEW like needs to build the infrastructure for.
Yeah.
Because like it happens rarely in WWE, but like, you know, it's like you got to build those that internal infrastructure to make sure that you have that stuff on lock.
Absolutely. I mean, you can't. I guess you can still say they're learning to a degree, but they've been around what 5 years now, 4 years now.
But it's a lot to learn, man. Like WWE has
it is. It definitely
60-year head start, 60-year plus head start on them.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm not downing them. I'm actually, saying that it's probably just something they just need to learn.
Yeah, I think a lot of people
they'll work it out.
A lot of people like truly underestimate like the amount of work it is to get like all that compliance stuff and all those like relationships built to like do this kind of stuff. It's like it's not as easy as like, oh, you just fill out a form or something. Sometimes it's like it's hard.
It's a lot of studying. There's a lot of work to it, man. It's a whole lot of paperwork and all kinds of stuff.
Anyway, but Okada wins obviously in this banger match.
Oh, yeah, I think so too.
Speaking of banger matches, Trevor,
what's the next one? We've done that.
Oh, there's only two matches left. Oh, Trevor, you know what match we're going to talk about next. You know,
I know which match we're going to talk about next.
Trevor, the best wrestling match ever is going to happen live from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm going to be there. I'm so hyped. Brian freaking Danielson against Will Bloody Ospreay. Tell me about it.
Bruv. I have not been quiet about the fact that I am a Will Ospreay fan. It has been obvious. I have said it. Anyone that saw me at AEW Dynamite when he came out knows how much of a fan of him I am. Will Ospreay and Brian freaking Danielson, as you say, one of the, but hands down, quite possibly the best professional wrestler walking around today. This is going to be a banger of a match. This is going to be the best wrestling match on the show. This might be the best wrestling match ever. Like, both of these guys can go. Both of these guys, oh my God. It's hard for me to even pick a winner in this one. Like, because it's going to be that good. It's going to be just that good.
I cannot wait for this. This is I'm the only one in the world doing this. I'm dubbing this the greatest wrestling match ever. If Vince McMahon can do it about Randy Orton versus Edge in the Thunderdome, brother, I can do it about this.
It wasn't true.
Sure. It was a good. Hey, that was Backlash. The best wrestling match ever. That was a good match. It was a very good match.
It was a good match.
It was a very good match. It was not the best wrestling match ever. This is going to be the best wrestling match ever. You have two of the greatest to ever lace up a pair of boots, the greatest in the ropes, the greatest in the ring. Bryan Danielson, Will Ospreay. The beautiful part
this
about
might be better than Jack Sabre Jr. This might be better than that match. And that match was a banger.
He's going to make Zack Sabre Jr. This match is going to make Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. look like Matt Cardona versus Blue Cane. Let me tell you something, brother. This is going to absolutely tear the roof off the Chyphus Center.
You reached on that one, but
this is going to be amazing, bro. This is going to be amazing.
I understand. Like I said, this might be better than that match. And that match was absolutely amazing.
Trevor, sorry, go ahead.
But no, dude, that's all I had to say. I didn't.
When I tell you, like, the second that Bryan just came out and started staring at Will Ospreay, and he was smiling, like, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna get to wrestle you. And then, like, they pan, like, and it's like the shot of both of them with the Dynasty logo in the middle. I was like, all right, well, I immediately, like the next day, like, I had, like, three separate friends, like, who are generally more WWE fans, but who are, like, into wrestling. They'll watch AEW every once in a while. They, like, texted me, like, the same thing, basically. They're like, yo, is it true that Bryan Danielson versus Will Ospreay is going to be at the next pay-per-view? And I was like, yeah. Like, damn. Well, that's $50 down the drain. So, the boy's gonna be like they sold some pay-per-views just based off of that.
Yeah, they definitely did.
And it is, oh my god, I can't wait. I'm so excited, bro.
This is quite possibly one of the greatest wrestling matches I've ever seen with these two old eyes.
We're still like 6 days or whatever, 5-6 days out of the pay-per-view. We're talking about how this is gonna be the greatest match ever. I can't wait.
I'm gonna be thoroughly disappointed if they let me down.
No, Tony, I don't care, Tony. I don't care. Don't hold back. No, like, I know Tony likes to do his 50-50 crap. Don't hold back, bro. Bruv, let him go out there.
We want to see it.
I want Bryan to be doing Canadian destroyers one after the other on the ramp. Give me Will Ospreay taking Bryan's head off with a Tiger Driver 91.
Dude,
on the table, on the apron,
I
on
want
the concrete.
them at their very best. I want them at their very best. I can't wait for this.
Do what Okada and Kenny Omega did in New Japan. You know how the meters for a great match usually at an 8 or a 9? It's like, all right, yeah, like, okay, you know what? The best way I can explain this. You know when you're driving a car, right? And you got that little meter that tells you, like, when your engine's getting too hot, right? It's like
Right.
from a 1 to a 10, right? So usually, like, the max that wrestling matches go, like, as far as the effort people give, is like an 8 or a 9, right? It's like, okay, like, we can't go a full 10. Somehow Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada managed to do, like, their whole thing, like, it's a 10 all the time. Let's go.
Right.
I want this. Like AEW, do not hold back a single inch. Just do it. Like, do the match that everyone wants. Do the match that everyone needs. Give me Will Ospreay, Bryan Danielson, unfiltered. Let's go.
Yeah. I can't agree with you more, bro.
Bruv. And
yeah.
All right. We all know who the winner is going to be. Let's say it on 3 together. How about that? All right?
I don't know if we know the winner.
We know the winner. All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bryan Danielson. What? Whoa, 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 whoa,
I,
whoa.
I
Oh,
did it.
and look at
I
his
kind of did that to
casual.
piss
Look at
you
his
off.
casual.
I kind of did. I kind of did to piss you off. I'm
Okay,
not
okay.
gonna
Well,
lie.
you make the common sense argument before I come in with my nonsense.
No, honestly, like I said at the beginning, it's hard to pick a winner for this one. This one can go either way. Honestly, I mean, like Will Ospreay's first real match, right? Is a AEW? Is this his first pay per view or?
I mean, no, it's not his first AEW. I mean, no, because he wrestled at Revolution.
Okay, that's right. He did. He did. Okay, so yeah, but real high profile match. Like there are reasons why he needs this, but there are reasons why Daniel Bryan needs this. There for honestly, I am split down the middle. I don't care who wins. I just want a great match.
I care who wins. I will complain on Twitter so hard if Will Ospreay jobs out Bryan Danielson. No, Bryan Danielson been taking too many
No,
losses.
don't job him out.
No, no,
Definitely don't job him out.
no.
Make it.
No, I want Bryan to make Will Ospreay tap out. I don't care if it ruins his momentum. I don't care if it ruins his push. I want Bryan to get a win.
Honestly, he should knock him out. I think he should knock him out.
Look at you. You're a sicko just like me.
I think he should knock him out. Like, because and I know it's gonna sound stupid, but if he doesn't give up and he passes out, he has more credibility than if he gives up.
Oh man, I can't wait for this match. They're gonna have Ospreay go over. I'm going into this with blinders on though, and I'm gonna be like,
Right.
I am going to be the most annoying, like, for anyone who is sitting next to me in the Chafins arena. I apologize. I'm going to be
to everyone in the arena. I apologize for my partner. I do.
Usually am the most like
he's going to mark out.
I keep so much decorum at wrestling shows. I like, and obviously I'm not gonna like say anything or hurt anyone's feelings or anything like that. No. But when that music hits and we hear that, dun, 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 dun,
he's
dun, dun,
going
dun,
to mark out. He's going to mark out, and he's going to be loud about it.
I'm going to scream like a 12-year-old girl, and like I'm going to be that fan with the phone up. Brian.
My niece is a 12-year-old girl, and that's a loud scream.
Yes,
yes,
yes, and I'm sure your niece's scream is going to be much more pleasant than mine, or would be much more pleasant than the one I'm going to do. Like, because it's got mine, shriek. I'm going to shriek. Like I like Bryan Danielson is the greatest pro wrestler of all time. I don't care, Trevor. This is my rule. You know this. Doesn't matter. I always want Bryan to win. Oh,
I know you do. I know you do.
Bryan against this
you are the biggest
champion?
Bryan Daniel fan, and it's actually refreshing because like I've said many times, I think I'm like gravitating to people I actually like now, but like for a long time I didn't have a favorite wrestler because all my favorite wrestlers either retired or died. So like it's been a while since I can honestly say like that's my favorite. But Will Ospreay is very close. Will Ospreay is right there. Like, if I'm willing to buy a T-shirt of you, you're my favorite wrestler. That's pretty much how I go.
Just need to respond to this nonsense in the chat.
No way. Ospreay is still.
Job, you know I love you. You know I respect you. And look, you from a logical standpoint, you are 100% correct, my friend. You are correct.
There's no logic when it comes to Danielson and Omer. It's no logic.
No logic.
Bryan Danielson, Omer believes Bryan Danielson created wrestling while he was 2.
You damn right he did. Look, I will come back, not next week because we're doing the draft next week, but I will come back with my proof, my evidence that Bryan Danielson created professional wrestling. If people can delude themselves into thinking that Vince McMahon created professional wrestling, I can definitely do the same with Bryan Danielson.
I absolutely love talking to you about Bryan Danielson. I really
love talking about Bryan. He's the greatest. Like, dude, he's just and you know what? You know what makes it even better? He is like the nicest person ever.
He really is. He really is. He's like I remember even before he got well, he was always big in indies, but I remember even before he got really big and with the WWE, I I've been to a couple of RH shows. I've said it many times. Like he'll actually sit out there and sign autographs and talk to people, and like he's such a nice dude, man. Such a nice guy. Like well, it wasn't really his fault, but it was a botch in one of the matches he was in, and he apologized to me and my friend who was a big Brian Desmond. Said, sorry guys, hope that didn't botch. Like we're like, dude, you didn't
Bro.
hit us.
Bro, like I would never do this if I ever met Brian in like an official capacity. But if I ever met him as a fan, kick me. Like, bro, it's okay.
And he's also one of those guys that will apologize if the match took too long, or if his match took too long to come out. Like, sorry, guy, no, but no, he's such a good dude, man.
Yeah, he's an amazing guy.
Am
I love Brian. Trevor, he's gonna win.
You do realize, like, when you talk about Danielson, like a lot of your other favorites, I kind of talk shit about, but I don't really talk shit about Danielson. You know that because I actually really like Danielson too.
Everyone loves Brian. That's the thing. All right. Well, Trevor, 7 matches down, 1 to go. Let's talk about what likely will be the main event. Swerve Strickland one-on-one for the first time with Samoa Joe. AEW World Championship on the line. It's time to batten down the hatches and talk about the main event. Is it Swerve's time?
The promos have been excellent. The action between these two has been excellent. The time for like hitting the iron while it's hot is always important, right? And we talk about how WWE has dropped that ball many times, especially just this year. But like I can honestly say, at the end of the night, that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the new AEW World Heavyweight Champion, Swerve Strickland. If you do not tap into this man right now, like I understand why Samoa Joe's champion. I do. I get it. It took me a second. It makes perfect sense. MJF, you knew he was fighting injury. You knew he was hurt. You need to put it on somebody that can take the company and put it on his back.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Perfect. Makes perfect sense. Groom someone else who's ready. Swerve has shown time and time again that he is absolutely ready for that spot. Give it to him. Not only is he ready for that spot, he's also ready to be the first, and I can proudly say the first African-American World Heavyweight AEW champion. And I can't wait. It's going to happen.
You said it. I mean, you said it. Like, I was just marking out. Like, if I sound excited, it's because I am. Like, this is.
Man, dude,
I don't know if I've been.
I like it.
I'm so excited for this, man. Like, this is. We're gonna get to witness so much history on this show, and there would be no better way to cap it off than having the right guy winning the right belt at the right time, and having Swerve Strickland become not only the first Black AEW champion, but winning a world championship and the main event of a pay-per-view, validating his entire career up until this point, validating every decision he's made about his career up until this point, Absolutely. And validating that he is really one of the best in the world. He's a great promo. I don't care what Kenny Baum in the chat says. He's wrong about it. Swerve Strickland is one of the best promos in all Elite Wrestling. It is true. It is true. It is damn true.
Kenny.
No, Kenny's been. Yeah, for those of y'all watching, like Kenny like has a wild take that Swerve is bad at promos. That's just because Kenny likes the Undertaker promos. Like, I'm the Undertaker, Donald Trump, 2024, rest in peace. That's the promos that Kenny loves.
I will say, like, it's like, and you can attest to this. It took me a minute. Swerve grew on me. Like, I didn't like dislike Swerve, but like, I mean, how can you like hate on greatness still? Like, his matches, his matches are great. Now, I will agree, his promo skills were at first a little off-putting. Right, I give it to him. But he's decent now, dog. He's actually good now. Like, I won't say he's the best promo because he's not the best promo, but he's good.
He's a top 5 male promo in AEW, and I will say that until I'm blue in the face. I think the segment that they had, like, for me, one of the best contract signing segments ever. The segment that they had between Samoa Joe, Swerve Strickland, where Joe beat Swerve's ass, made him bleed, left him in a bloody pool, and Swerve said and did one of the coolest things a wrestler's ever done. Getting beat up, Samoa Joe walking away. He grabs the mic. He's like, "Yo, Joe, I live for this shit." And he takes his blood, signs his contract, and puts his stamp on it.
When I saw that, I was like, "Oh, he's winning. He's winning the championship." That's exactly what I said. He's winning the championship. They're going to do it. He's going to win the championship. Like, that moment, like, every wrestler has their moment, right? Every wrestler has their moment when you're like, "Oh, it's time. Oh, it's going to happen," you know? Like, Stone Cold had his. Like, all the greats. Rock had his. Shawn had his. Like, all of them had the moment when you know. That was Swerve's moment. That was definitely Swerve's moment when you're like, "Oh, this is really going to happen. They're really going to let him win. This is crazy."
Well, AEW Dynasty is going to be a hell of a pay-per-view, Trevor. Any final thoughts on that?
Oh, man. I'm jealous you're going. But other than that, enjoy the show, guys.
I don't take vacations. I just go to wrestling shows at this point. Oh, man.
Next year is going to be, the end of this year is going to be a lot different. I'm going to wrestling shows and sporting events.
AEW is wilding with some of these locations. It's just like New York gets like every other pay-per-view. Yeah, crazy stuff. Anyway, guys, be sure to smash that like button. Go over to youtube.com/OTGraps and subscribe. We got a chat from Job saying Young Bucks need to lose initially, but beating the hell out of one of the FTR guys, then use their EVP status and say they want a rematch clause right then. Imagine the heat. So,
you know what?
I wouldn't be opposed to it, but like they would have to explain it away. Because like then at that point, like why can't they just do that every match, right? They would have to explain a reason for that, you know?
Right.
Like maybe,
but that's not a bad idea. Though.
Maybe Tony Khan left the building and like he left them in charge of booking.
Something like that. Yeah.
That would be hilarious. Actually, like no, that should be the thing. Like Tony Khan left for like to grab lunch, and now we're in charge. So rematch, baby. that could be cool. Got Job saying, "Don't you guys think that would be a great way to get respect from some of these idiots always speaking bad about AEW?" No, I think those idiots are going to speak bad regardless.
Yeah, I don't think the idiot. I mean, I get what you're saying, and honestly, to me, it would be Swerve winning the championship if you're expecting the idiots to get a little respect. I think that'll help a little bit. But I'm with Omar on this one. Idiots are going to be idiots regardless. Like there are people that literally hate AEW, have never seen the product. They've never seen the product. They've never seen one match. They've never seen one promo. They just know who's on it and they hate it.
Can I just say?
But
sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I cut you off. My bad.
But to be honest, and I've said this before, and I'm gonna go on record saying it again. I don't care what people say. Obviously, you see my shorts. AEW week in, week out. has had some of the best in-ring product for a long time. Actually, even better than WWE consistently. Don't get me wrong, WWE has great matches. I'm not saying that. I'm saying what AEW lacks with build-up and promo, they make up for in the ring.
I'd agree with that. I think there's no doubt they have the best in-ring wrestling, weekly wrestling show in Dynamite that there is. And it's not even close, for being honest.
No. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, how many times have I seen Chad Gable versus some
Hey,
guy?
come on now. Don't
get me wrong. I love Chad. I love Chad. I do. But come on, dude. They repeat the same match like 70 times.
Look. Chad Gable, no. I mean, this guy, yes.
Oh, yeah, true.
Hey, down. God, who would? Oh no, Austin Theory's covering it up the chat. No, Larry in the chat says, who should be the one to win the Raw Women's Championship? Oh, well, we will talk about that in just a second. Yeah. You got Job saying, do you think Dark Side of the Ring exposes Vince McMahon for the bleep that he was? There are good. My friend, there are 2 episodes of Dark Side of the Ring, including the Black Saturday one that's gonna be the season finale of this season, and the steroid trial one that have done that. I expect there to be more. I don't think a single episode of Dark Side of the Ring is gonna be able to do it. You're gonna need like multiple throughout the next few seasons.
You're gonna need a season, but no, they Dark Side of the Ring does what they do very well, and I don't think they like Vince either.
Kenny Baum in the chat talking about Source promo saying he's not confident. I love you, Kenny. I respectfully disagree. We are not watching the same promos, or we just don't see things the same way, and that's fine.
No, I like I said, again, early on, I could definitely see where Kenny's coming from. I could see that. Like, maybe not so much now. To me, it looks like he's having fun. And maybe he's having too much fun, but I think he's having fun now.
Ever since the Hangman stuff started, he's been one of the best promos in AEW.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bro, it's like, I live for this shit. Like, that was great. That was such a
That was great. So we about to answer the question in a second, right?
Well, let's talk about Dark Side of the Ring for a second. We'll take make a little in between gap thing here. Trevor, well, let's talk about next week's episode first, as we do. So, next episode of Dark Side of the Ring will be. I just froze there. We're doing it live. F it. Sorry, real quick question here from from Job about Swerve. Swerve will take AEW to a higher plane, hopefully. I think he's going to be a breakthrough star for them. Omer, do you think Tony Khan needs to buy his next wrestling company? No, I don't want Tony to buy any more wrestling companies. I think Tony should focus on AEW.
In his office with his phone in a lockbox and never say anything.
Yes. Tony, you want to do something? You want to buy some? Buy the UWF library, the one with Herb Abrams, and just like, and just like give me that on Max. I want to watch some old school awesome, UWF.
Get some Southern wrestling. Get some of that good stuff.
Buy the worst wrestling pay-per-view of all time, Legends of Wrestling. Just give me that on Max. It would be hilarious if Tony Khan made that happen. Think about IP, bro. Get IP, not like other companies. Anyway, Trevor, next week. The next episode of Dark Side of the Ring will feature the one, the only, Sensational Sherry, one of, if not the greatest managers in WWE history. We have so much to talk about here. She obviously was a mainstay in both WWE and WCW throughout the 80s and the 90s. And she unfortunately passed away in 2007. So this episode is going to chronicle her career and really give flowers, hopefully, to someone who has been unheralded in recent years by companies, however, by fans, has always been beloved. What are your thoughts?
Sensational Sherry. Oh, man. Or Scary Sherry, if you know her. She's been pivotal in a lot of careers, a lot of what. And I like what you said there. One of the greatest managers of all time, not just women managers, just manager in general. She's one of the greatest managers of all time. She might be one of the biggest reasons Shawn Michaels is who he is today. Like she helped like get Shawn right, man. She really did. She sang on his music. She was the female voice on his very first Sexy Boy track. He listened to everything Sherry said. Like he was a sponge when it came to Sherry. Also, Harlem Heat. Harlem Heat owes their career to Sensational Sherry. Like she literally saw them work, and it was like, hey, you guys want a manager? Like, and at the time they were still a little green, but they saw it work. They knew it worked, and was like, you know what, this could work. Because I don't know if any of you know what Harlem Heat wore their first match. They wore like pants, jeans, and they wore jail t-shirts, like with their names. They look like jail shirts.
I wonder why WCW in the early 90s would do that. Like, would it have something to do with
Omar, do you know who their manager originally was?
Oh God, I'm scared to ask.
Colonel Parker.
Oh, I remember. He's the guy. He's the guy who I got from.
So
Colonel
Parker
looked
like Colonel Sanders, and he looked like a plantation owner.
He did. Look, we don't know that he wasn't one.
True, we still don't to this day. It's still
was old. We don't know that he.
So you had these guys that looked like from jail walking out with a guy who looked like a plantation owner.
We love wrestling is great. I promise. It's not as bad as.
They quickly were like, we need to change this. And some of their signature outfits, Sherry actually knitted from hand. She made from hand, knit and sewed, I'm sorry, from hand, their actual outfits. And thank God for her.
I think it was like World War III, 1995. Like they did a segment where like Sensational Sherry or Sherry Martel and Colonel Parker actually like hooked up. And it was funny.
Yeah, I know.
There was a finish going on in one ring, and then like they have like this huge like kiss, like bend over and kiss in another ring. I was like, oh no, what are they doing to my girl, Sherry? Oh my God.
And those of you who do not know her husband, Rick Martel, the model Rick Martel, who's responsible for some things. It's so much we can say about Sherry. It takes more than an hour to talk about Sensational Sherry, man. Sherry Martel was just amazing, and like it was a shame to lose her, but like she was so good.
Yeah. So yeah, she passed away in 2007, unfortunately due to a drug overdose. That should not define her legacy. I mean, again, one of the best managers ever. Like, no, like she has been a part of so many great moments in WWE history. For whatever reason, it seemed like a Vince McMahon kind of thing. Like, she just never got. I mean, she got the Hall of Fame stuff, but like, she never like was mentioned as much as like other legends were, and she's like part of like again some of the biggest moments in
like a lot of people talk about more about like Bobby Heenan and
you gotta get the fabulous moolah.
Talk about of course if you're talking about women, absolutely fabulous racist. I mean moolah. They talk about her a lot.
Maybe that's what
not a hot take.
Maybe that's what WCW was going for with the Colonel as Harlem Heat's tag team manager, fabulous racists. They're like, it's gonna be like I could see like like one of those guys like those racist old guys being like, oh, it's gonna be fabulous. I'm like,
Dude, I don't understand. And even Booker T said, I don't know what we were thinking.
I know it. We all know what they were thinking. They were thinking some horrible stuff, bro. This is the South,
Oh,
like you were talking about.
so that was just one of the worst things ever could have possibly happened.
I mean, look, Vince McMahon said the N word on WWE TV in like 2006. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
can't top that.
yeah, wrestling. I promise you, it's not as bad as we're making it sound.
No, only like 70% of it.
You know who is not bad? Sherry Martel, wonderful human being, wonderful person, great wrestling personality. I can't wait to see her immortalized
I'm
in
actually
this way.
really excited about this one, honestly. Um, let's restart.
Oh, I like that sound.
Who like when you think of Sherry Martel, what comes to, like what memories come to mind for you? Because you saw her like on the back end, kind of sort of.
No, I didn't see her in the back end. I mean, like my first introduction to her was like that feud that Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle had, where she
Oh
came
yeah,
out
yeah,
and
yeah,
was like,
yeah, yeah.
"I'm just a sexy Kurt, sexy
Yeah.
Kurt. I make your ankle hurt, ankle hurt." Yeah. That was my
So her
introduction because
angle is still great.
I was like a baby. But like when I think Sherry Martel, my mind goes to two groups. Number one, Shawn Michaels. Number two, the Harlem Heat. Those are the two like things that automatically come to my mind. I obviously, as you know, Trevor spent a good amount of time like watching WCW.
Yeah.
For good, bad, very ugly at sometimes, but Sherry's presence with Harlem Heat was usually one of the best things on the show.
Yeah,
So,
it normally was. I mean, she had a brief stint with the Macho Man too, if I'm not mistaken.
oh, the Macho,
Um,
oh my God, the Macho King, yeah.
Macho
Me
King,
and
yep,
Sherry,
yep.
me and Sherry, I don't care about Liz no more. I got Sherry Martel, the sensational one. Sorry, Sherry, she's gonna be all sensational.
She was
in
something
that
else,
ring.
man. She was definitely something else,
Dig it.
and definitely worth talking about.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk much about it, and you admitted to not knowing much about Chris Adams.
Mm-hmm.
But last week's Dark Side of the Ring was Chris Adams. I don't know a whole lot about Chris Adams. I know a little bit. I do know he was a terror when it comes to certain things, and also he was William Regal's tag partner in WCW. When he was a tag wrestler at one point. A lot of the stories about Chris Adams are like jumbled and kind of confusing. So like I said again, he was more prominent. Like I was born in the '80s, so he was prominent around like the years I was like born. Like when I was like maybe 5 or 6, he was really prominent then, and I didn't really know what I was looking at. But he had a long stint in WCW for a long time, the Indies, and also New Japan, I believe. Great worker, great wrestler, kind of a dick.
A little bit.
But yeah, this episode is gonna be interesting too. Anyone that saw the Chris Colt episode and learned as much as I learned, holy hell! Chris Omer, have you watched any of the Dark Side of the Ring this year?
Yeah, I watched a few of them. I watched the Earthquake one. I watched the one about Terry Gordy, and then I also watched the Harley Race one. So
Yeah,
I still have a bunch
that.
to catch up on, but yeah.
Chris Cole, again, the what they say about him is he's one of the best wrestlers no one's ever heard of, and he actually was. But that man had some demons, boy. Woo, man.
I can't wait.
Boy.
I can't wait. I like watching Dark Side of the Ring because like I get to learn a lot about some things I knew, some things I don't know. So
I didn't realize I knew it, but I didn't realize Harley Race toward the end of his career was similar to Gordy, kind of sort of in a sense.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
probably the biggest like realization I had. I mean, like I had known about the story, but like the biggest realization I had after like watching Dark Side of the Ring episode and like the well, I mean one of the biggest I should say because the Fabulous Moolah one was like the biggest. I was like, oh shit, wow, she's
Yeah,
horrible.
yeah. I knew she was bad, but I didn't know how bad.
Yeah, no. Well, yeah, you know what? That's my answer now. Actually, the Fabulous Moolah one like blew my mind.
Yeah, that one was pretty shocking. That one got me a lot. Like I knew Fabulous Moolah was had some issues, but dude, like I didn't know it was that bad, dude. Like, oh my god, the thing she did, was it Wendy Richter or who was it? It was, I forget who it was. It was a lot of, it was some wrestlers. She just, Jesus.
I mean, Wendy Richter was like the famous one, right? Because that was the one that well, that was also Vince screwing Wendy Richter over too.
Of course, that was a combination. But yeah, like Moolah was. If you guys have not seen that one, go check it out. I mean, it's cringeworthy. It's definitely cringeworthy, but it's interesting to say the least.
Is a
Like
tough,
you will
is
not
a
look
tough
at
crowd.
Fabulous Moolah in the same light, and if you do, don't watch the show. Um, but like, yeah, she's bad. She's bad.
Okay, well, shout out to all the good ones. Shout out to all the good wrestlers and everything.
I think
Yeah,
my favorite one actually so far is probably Bam Bam. Bam Bam was actually one of my favorites.
Bam Bam was a good one. It's hard to have like a favorite one is. I mean, the one that I guess I mean the one that I enjoyed watching probably the most was I mean again enjoy I hate using the word enjoyed. I don't like to.
The one I like to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like the one that like captivated me probably the most was definitely the Benoit one.
That was a two-parter, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Benoit one was a two-parter and but
The
like yeah, I would say
the saving grace I got from that one, and that was the one that I also, I guess, enjoy is not the word you use, but the one I watched in more intently, besides the Owen Hart one, was that one. And one thing that I took away from that was the way his son put some of it just carried it. Like he pretty much he said it the best. He literally said, if you love my dad for the wrestler he was, that makes sense. The actions he did afterwards, that's something different.
yeah.
And like Jericho said it best too. Like, if you do not want to hear people like sensationalize a murderer, you shouldn't watch this.
Bash at the
And
Beach 2000 was another good one.
which one?
Bash at the Beach 2000.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one too. That was a good one. But yeah, man, like I mean, it was Dark Side of the Ring does a great job of what they do, and keep putting out episodes, guys. We support you in this channel, and we always will.
Until we get paid not to.
Paid.
Money marks. Anyway, no, do not worry. Neither Trevor nor I, used to book WCW, so we won't do that. Anyway, well, Trevor, actually, before we get to the final official topic of the night, I do have some interesting news. I found it. I found the rules of our draft, and we're gonna talk about them real quick because I don't know if you want to change one of these rules. So here were the rules of our mock draft from last year, Trevor. So each one of us represents a brand, and each brand gets 12 picks. 2 picks must be from NXT, 1 male, 1 female. Picks cannot, repeat, not be current champions. Each brand gets, or for NXT, each brand gets 1 pick towards a tag team, meaning you can select 1 tag team as a whole, or 1 stable, or no, 1 tag team, because you can't pick the bloodline. That's too OP.
Yeah, true.
But 1 pair as a whole, right? And then and then after that, you just got to go for free for all.
Yeah, that was interesting. That was very interesting.
Yeah.
Like, I think that was the start of. Well, no, it wasn't the start because I've been getting heat on some of these videos since the beginning, especially that Xbox one. Woo!
People love DX. People love Xbox.
That and the Kobe Covington.
We don't talk about snowflakes on this podcast, Trev. Anyway,
but yeah, I got a lot of heat for that.
Ultimate Power says we missed this chat. We did not miss it. We were coming back to it. Don't worry. Well, we'll get to it. Ultimate Power says, should Tony Khan buy the ECW house show video catalog since WWE currently doesn't own it? I'm not sure if WWE doesn't own it, but it would depend. Like, I don't know who that might be tied up. Like, that might, I don't know. That might not be.
That's a good question, though. I honestly think that's a good question, but I don't know who owns it. Does Paul Heyman still own it?
No. I assume it would be tied up in like whoever. It was probably whoever got it in bankruptcy. Like it could just be like one of those weird assets that was just like destroyed. Like it might not even exist anymore. But I don't know.
Right.
I feel like even if it was out there, WWE would probably like. I could see. I should say WWE like just like putting some money towards it like legally and just be like like we're gonna tie this up and make it inconvenient as hell for Tony to buy. And I also don't know what I get it from like a like it's house show, it's ECW, you can have something like how like the footage is probably not good. Like it's probably really bad footage because it's house shows and it's not like official cameras and stuff like that. And like how much is it really like worth? Like how like will you have people like tune in? Sure, to do that, but like if you don't have a good chunk of that catalog, it's not going to be worth too much in the long run, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I agree completely.
Yeah, but good question though. That's a good, interesting idea. Anyway, guys, next week we're doing anyway. Trevor, wait. Any of these rules? Do we want to change them, or do we want to add a rule?
So didn't we think the 12 picks were a little short last year?
What do we want to do? Want to upgrade to like how does like 18 sound? Maybe too much.
I was going to say 18 sounds either 16 or 18 in that range. I think it's fine.
All right, we'll cap it at 17 each.
There you go. Cool.
There you go, right in the middle. So 17 picks each. You guys will find out. And look, I know Trevor this year. Trevor is going to be like, oh, I'm going to think about stories this time.
Yeah.
Because that's I was like,
like I said, I went into thinking it like a indie promoter grabbing a company, trying to start it from the ground up. That's how I approached it. And now if you look at it like that, I had a great pick. I had a great roster. But that was the only way.
Can I actually make one more amendment to this?
Sure.
So for champions,
okay,
can we limit the amount of champions? Because you can't like I mean, there are gonna be clear things, right? Like let's say hypothetically, I get the number one pick, right? I pick Cody, right. And you don't pick whatever, like for whatever reason, you don't pick Damian Priest. I can't pick Damian Priest in the next like round. Like I'm stuck with Cody in that division. So let's say
now, can you pick him later on though?
No. I like for. This is the weird rule because I don't know how to like explain this.
Okay, but so
like we're always okay. So like here's the best way. I'm gonna give you the example, right? Let's say I pick Cody. At that point, I can't pick Damian Priest because you can't have both world titles on your show. Vice versa. Let's say that you pick Sami Zayn.
I can't have the U.S. title on my show.
Yes. I think that's just a good way to kind of split it up. Because otherwise, Trevor's going to be out here being like, Cody Rhodes. And I'm like, oh, damn, all right. Well, I'm going to pick Roman Reigns. And he goes, Damian Priest. Like, and then I'm going to be like, all right, well, damn. I'm
making you all happy this year.
And then I'm going to be like, yeah, give me like Drew McIntyre. And he's going to be like, haha, Sami Zayn. I'm like, what the? He's got 3 of the champions now. Can have a show with all champions.
That's hilarious. So, question: what are we doing about the women's championship?
Oh, well, the same thing we're doing with the world title.
Well, Rhea is about to vacate it. That's what I'm saying.
Well, by next week's episode, there will be a new champion crowned.
Gotcha.
So we will have someone to choose from.
There we go. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait for this.
This is gonna be fun. This is always fun. This is the second year we've done this, right?
Yep. The real question, Trevor, is gonna be how far is Damian Priest gonna fall in this draft?
I'll never tell.
We'll figure this out. Yeah, we'll figure this out. We'll figure out how to do this because, like, I feel like last year we did like a coin flip or something, but I think I can actually. You want to do it right now? You want to do like?
We can figure it out.
Hold up. There's got to be a coin flip. Oh, bet Google is so clutch for this. We're gonna find out who gets the number 1 pick right now. Trevor, I'm going to leave this to you, sir, to call when I actually find a way to pull this up. We're just doing nonsense. This is basically the meeting that we probably should have had before that we're doing in front of the good folks here. Be sure to subscribe. La-di-da. There we go. Oh, yeah. There we go. Good old Google for the win. Boom. All right, Trevor.
Boom.
You call it heads or tails for the number 1 pick.
I'm gonna say heads.
And the number 1 pick goes to SmackDown.
Oh, so I'm SmackDown this year. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
I'm gonna choose. You got the number 1 pick, so I'm gonna choose which brand you're. You're SmackDown.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm the number 1 pick. You get the choose who I am. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, you actually know. Maybe you can. You can be Raw if you want. I don't really care. I
feel like I was Raw last year, actually.
Dude, do you want to stay? You want to stick to that? I don't care. I was just like doing a bit.
Yeah, I mean, SmackDown's fine. I mean, we can finalize it like next weekend.
Yeah, next week. We'll switch it up.
Yeah, because like I said, I was Raw last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I'm Raw anyway.
This is a family show. Anyway,
it is not a family show. There's a lot of ways to describe.
This is definitely a dysfunctional family show. Anyway.
According to PW Insider, Drew is not re-signed and his contract expires in less than 4 weeks. Yeah, I mean, I think Fightful had a similar report, but I think it was like it's about 2 months. I think 2 months, less than 2 months on his deal. I think Drew's gonna re-sign.
I think he is. We were still up in the air about it. Remember we talked about it a couple times, but yeah, I think he's resigning.
If he doesn't, Tony's gonna have a field. He's like, hey, you know, we got this pay-per-view in Vegas. It's gonna be great.
You know, you're a wrestler. I have a company.
You know, I have money, and I would love to pay you all of it. To come on, would you come on? Let's do this. Anyway, well, as we discussed earlier, Trevor, in some unfortunate news, Rhea Ripley forced to vacate the Women's World Championship after suffering an injury during a beatdown segment from Liv Morgan after Liv threw her against the wall. It is rumored that she actually hurt her AC joint, which obviously combines her shoulder to her collarbone. She was in a sling on Raw. And very emotional in that promo where she had to vacate the belt. An unfortunate end to an all-time women's title reign. She has been killing it. The character's great. Horrible.
Yeah, it's a horrible loss for the fans. She's, like you said, she's been killing it on the mic. She's been doing so well in the ring. Just great. I mean, sickness aside for Becky Lynch, who wasn't 100% at the wrestling pay-per-view, and neither was Rhea. She reported her arm being injured. It was still a good match. It was still watchable, and it was still, she was there for the fans. So Rhea, we hope you get better. We honestly do. It's sad and unfortunate, honestly. At first, I think I told you I thought it was going to be like a work type situation because I know she's engaged and I thought she was going to get married like during that stint. But it is proven to be true. She is actually injured.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's bad. I mean, she was so good. Like in my view, she was the best part of the Judgment Day. Like her dynamic with Dom was great,
Absolutely.
and
Now, do you think she's going to stay on TV or do you think she's going to
I
take
think
a little break and come back a
I
little
think
bit?
keep her off TV because like you know maybe bring her back if like Dom has a big match, like like at a
Right.
big pay per view, like Clash of the Castle or something like that. Like bring her back and like have her like support Dom, but I would keep her off mostly, and just get her ready for that return because when she returns, it's gonna be like next level. Like think Triple H Royal Rumble 2002 type of return. Like
Yeah,
and Rhea right now, oh, she's a dog. She's damn
she
well
is. So
she's gonna come back
it's
bigger,
going to be
badder,
fun. It's going to be a fun return.
mm.
It's going to be a real fun return. Now, who do you think the champion is going to be? That's a good question. Who do you think the replacement is?
I don't know who it's going to be immediately. Like there are a few names you could have it be, but by the time Rhea's ready to return, I think it should be Liv Morgan.
Me too.
I just don't know what the timetable for that is. Like if it's like like 3-4 months. Like then like obviously I think Liv should be championed by SummerSlam. If not,
Yep.
if it's a bit longer, then we'll see. But I think like all roads lead to Rhea Ripley beating the absolute piss out of Liv Morgan when she returns. Cause she
That's
was
what
mad.
that's what it leads up to me. Because honestly, I was thinking that was her next opponent anyway. It only made sense,
Yeah.
but you know,
And before people in the chat are like, "Oh yeah, oh god, look, Rhea's pissed. Rhea Ripley's actually pissed at Liv Morgan." Like, no, it's work, guys. Like,
it's a word, guys. She's not
it's a
really
work. They like she's fine. No one blames Liv Morgan for it. It's such and it's a weird thing. Like that is such a freak injury when you
Oh,
think
it really is. Really is. I mean, the collarbone in general, breaking it is kind of a freak injury. I mean, it happens more times than not, but it's such a freaky injury to
well,
have.
yeah, it's like remember when Finn like when he won the Universal title and he ate that like buckle bomb into the barricade
Yeah.
and and it wasn't like he tore like he like destroyed his arm like his shoulder
Yep.
was absolutely like labrum everything was
Oh, they tore
destroyed
everything in there. Yep.
and like it was something that was like almost routine and the people are always going to be quick like toxic fans are always going to be quick to like decide blame and all that kind of stuff. I'm not about that. Like Liv is not dangerous.
No,
It's
it's
literally
part of
such a
business.
fluke thing.
It's part of the business. Like honestly, like not saying it's a good thing, but to to honestly break your collarbone, and she didn't break her collarbone, but near the joint near the collarbone.
Mm.
But to do that, one like you said is a freak injury, but to break any of that up there, you got to be somewhat of a badass because like it's not an easy bone to break. I mean, people break it, but it's not an easy bone to break. I used to think my grandmother was invincible because she used to tell me she broke. My grandmother was a tomboy. She broke her collarbone playing football with the other guys in the area, and like I used to think my grandmother was that woman because that hurts. That is something that I fractured my collarbone, and that it's not a good one.
And look, as Dr. Scott Steiner says, like collarbone connected to the shoulder bone, connected to the hip bone, connected to the leg bone.
I am never going to his practice.
One of the greatest promos ever. It's just and they brought out that doctor. It's like, all right, brother, yeah. Oh man! Shout out WCW, peak WCW in 1997, 98.
Let me tell you, one of my brother's favorite tag teams was the Steiner brothers. He loved the Steiner brothers. He loved the Steiner brothers. Like I remember when I was a kid, my brother would like go through the house like barking. And one time in particular, like we were at a family function, he just ran past. He goes Steiner liner, and just
That would be the funny dude. So many of my relatives would beat my butt for that.
yeah, mine deserved it too.
Uh, I mean, like,
No, it was so funny. Like we were such a wrestling household, it was crazy.
yeah, me and my brother, man, like, me and my brother, man, we would have fun. We would have a lot of fun watching Raw, man.
Man,
Yeah,
you know, because
like,
Chris got me into it. He was a WCW fan.
shout out to Chris Sutton. Do you ever, when you were a kid, like, I don't know, I had like, I would have like stuffed animals, like when I was really little, and I would be like choke slamming them, like, bro. If I had stuffed and if I was a kid right now and I had stuffed animals and trying to do a Canadian destroyer or something like that, like on like a stuffed bear, could you imagine that?
Who
Like,
was it? One of my cousins. Do you remember the my size Barbies they had back then?
Stop.
I
Chill.
I,
Chill, bro.
I super kicked one of them. Like I don't even remember what happened,
Yo.
but like me and my cousin don't really get along, and she had a my size Barbie, and we were in the house, and she said something to me. I cut this amazing promo. I thought at the
Yo.
time, cut this amazing promo about her Barbie dolls or some crap, and the next thing I know, I was like, bam.
I'm just imagining you going like in front of your cousin, going up to this Barbie, being like, "Oh, what's your name?" Barbie. Oh,
Stan.
Barbie. Boom, just super kicking Barbie.
Dude, like I think I knocked her out the window or something. I'm not sure, but like I kicked the hell out of it.
That is so funny, bro. Oh my God. I think the worst thing I ever did, like wrestling, oh, I put a hole in the wall once doing a wrestling thing.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. I put several holes in the wall wrestling once.
At least you weren't Kevin Owens, Kevin Owens. This man said that he was 16 years old, and he was like trying to replicate the sound that of glass breaking when Stone Cold comes out. And he took a mug and he just threw it at the wall. And instead of like breaking, because it's drywall, it went right through the wall.
Oh my God.
Oh my
That's
God.
hilarious.
God, I always loved Maniac Mark Levin. He used to beat the hell out of Mark Calloway.
It's cool.
Shout out to WCCW. John in the chat says, I met Owen Hart when I was 16. I met Owen Hart 16 weeks before he died.
Yeah, that's Owen Hart. Man. I watched the pay-per-view that I always talk about. It was on my birthday, but yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I've never met Owen. I met Brett and I met his son, Blade.
Oh, bro, you know, then Brett's just like, oh yeah, how are you? Yeah, you know, Goldberg, he's a real asshole. Really ruined my career there for a while. But yeah, no, it's okay.
He always sounds like he needs a hot tea. He always sounds like he needs a hot tea.
Well, I wouldn't need a hot tea if Bill Goldberg didn't ruin my career. Yeah.
He talks about that all the time, dude.
Good, he's correct. Bill Goldberg ruined his career. Go off, Brett.
He definitely did.
Unlimited Power says, if TK gave Drew $5 to $7 million per year, then Drew 100% leave. I mean, I agree with that. He would 100% leave. Yeah. Ain't no way he's getting paid that much. For context, CM Punk's wrestling contract with AEW was reportedly for $5 million a year.
Yeah.
Ain't no way he's getting $5 to $7 million. And if he did, I'd be asking some questions if I was some of the AEW. If I'm Ricky Starks, I'm like, yo, you're giving that for Drew?
Right.
If I'm Will Ospreay, I'm like, bro, you just gave me like two. Bro. Come on, bro. Oh, man. Anyway. Well, guys, what else do we got? Trevor, we got anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think we have talked everything out. We've talked about wonderful wrestling stories as we were kids. Oh, there was that time where I almost broke my tailbone trying to do a leg drop off the top step on my brother. I didn't realize how physics works. Would you like me to say something about your hair, or are you just gonna leave it that way?
I'm Eddie Munster.
It's that time of the show where Omer does ridiculous things.
Oh man. Well, look, the reviews are amazing. Look at this. The people love it. Great show, guys. Shout out to you, Unlimited Power.
So you limit, thank you.
Keegan said when I was 16 years old at the time. I messed it up. I messed it up. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. What was that? 97, 98?
Here's a good question. Who's the first wrestler you ever met?
Oh,
Please tell me it was Eddie Kingston. Please tell me it was Eddie Kingston.
it wasn't. Actually, it was Stone Cold. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. They were the second ones. First wrestler I ever met, this is God's honest truth. They were performing in Virginia, and we were in Virginia. My family was in Virginia. I had to be about what, 11, 10, and we were in Spotsylvania Mall, and this guy walked past me, and this big guy, tattoos, wore a vest, had blondish hair, and he had this lady with him, and I'm like, he looks familiar. And then my mom was like, who are you looking at? I was like, him. And she was like, why are you looking at that man? And I looked, and then he turned around and like smiled at me, and I did like this. Self high five.
You're so funny, bro.
And it was Dominic's Page. And like he was just getting into his Dominic Page gimmick at the time. And like he took pictures with I don't know where they are. He took pictures with us now or whatever. It was pretty cool. That was the first wrestler I met. Then the second group of wrestlers I met actually was in Virginia again. It was near Newport News, and they were at a Waffle House. And my best friend at the time, she called to the house and said, "Hey, come down here. You guys need to come down here." I was like, "Why?" We get down there, Stone Cold, and his wife Deborah, and The Rock having breakfast. Yeah, Waffle House. It was really cool to meet him too.
That's crazy. My first time meeting a wrestler was Teddy Long. He came to the mall.
I bet that was cool.
He came to the mall that my parents used to own a store in, and he was like, "Holla, holla, player, trying to get a watch." That was like literally it. And my brother showed him some watches, and he was like, "All right, cool, holla, holla," and he just laughed. Oh man. Oh, we got Job saying, "Love you guys, appreciate you, Job."
Thanks, Job.
Like, I pile drove my brother and broke my leg. Jesus, do not try this at home, people.
Like I said, I bruised my tailbone. I did.
I mean, look, I put myself through like cardboard tables. So, actually, no, I've taken some stupid. We've done some stupid bumps.
I told this before. I took a chair shot to the head, not on purpose. I just kind of missed.
One time when we were doing the backyard wrestling thing, someone had the idea of choke slamming like another one of our friends off the house. It was like one of those 1-story houses. And he just goes, "Yo, what if I choke slammed him off the house into the ring, like the trampoline?" And I just go, "Well, you guys would die." And he just goes, "Maybe he would, but I wouldn't."
I love that was your logic.
Well, no, like, I was like, that sounds stupid. You would die, like, or at least get really hurt. I was trying to talk him out of it, and good thing, my other friend was like, "Hell, I'm not taking that bump." Like, no one wanted to take that bump, and then he was like, "What if I did like a swanton off the roof?" I'm like, "You're not jumping off this roof." And he was like, and he was like, "But no, bro, like think of the fans." I'm like, "What fans? This is us. These tapes, I don't know where they are. Like, they're lost to time. There are no fans." If I ever get my hands on those tapes, God help the internet. That is going to be
I'm actually glad I don't have any of the tapes that I used to. Yeah, I'm really glad about that.
I'm pretty sure one of my friends has. Like, the thing is, it's hilarious because it's literally me on commentary while I'm in the ring, like being a referee. I'm like, oh, all right, and it's like me from like middle school. So it's like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Welcome to OBW, our backyard wrestling. Oh, here we
Yeah,
go. Oh
my
my
voice
god.
was super high
Oh my
at
god,
the
no.
time.
Oh no.
So yeah, my
Oh.
every promo I gave sounded like Steamboat Willie from Disney. Like,
We got John Keegan in the chat saying, Mankind lives in my town. I live in Long Island, New York. Well, this might see you at Forbidden Door, my friend.
yes.
If you want to come out for that. We got Kenny Bomb saying KTR RTW tomorrow night. Yep. Gonna be doing a little bit of a collab with Kiss the Ring. Good, great YouTube channel as well. Be sure to go subscribe. Kenny Bomb and Just Brian Caro do some awesome stuff over there. Go subscribe to their channel as well, and subscribe to OT Graps. Don't forget about that. No, let's.
Oh, of course.
Where's the? No. Forget the. Where's the? There. No. Forget the slideshow.
No,
There
that's
we go.
not it.
Subscribe, heathens. Love y'all. And now John and Kenny are having conversation. This is what OT Graphs is all about. We bring people together.
Yes, and
Bring
make
people
people
together.
stop.
Trevor, any other parting thoughts?
And it's not even Wednesday yet, and it's been a long week, guys.
God.
Guys, take care of yourself. It's getting warm out, man. Get out, have some fun, do something.
Yeah, that weather change was wild.
It was when it's crazy. It was like
What?
40 degrees, and then it's like
Oh,
1,000.
it's gonna be cold next week too. So it is what it is. That's DMV weather for you. Anyway, guys. As Trevor said, we all know how the week can be. People working, people doing all that stuff. It's hard times, Daddy. But best thing that can cap off your week this week is watching some awesome wrestling, whether it's WWE, whether it's NWA, if you're into that kind of thing, TNA, or AEW Dynasty this Sunday. We're all here to enjoy wrestling. We're all here to, just pass the time and not be bored. So not be bored in whatever way makes you the happiest, as long as you're not shitting on people online, because it's such a waste of time.
One thing I do want to say though, and I'm sure you feel the same way. I want to really shout out my brother Chris Sutton, and also Cece. I know Cece as well. They have been watching me since I started this thing, and I really want to thank you guys. Like every channel, we had a channel before this. We went Real Tech Sports when we first started. Wow, that sounds so long ago. First started, then we started this channel, and even on OT Graps. I just want to thank you guys. I know we get on here, we quack wise, we have a good time, but if it wasn't for the guys that support us, Kenny Bombs, Juggernaut Wrestling, all these guys.
Forget Liam and Cincy.
We got Liam, Cincy, those two guys. That goes back. Job,
Liam stuck around.
Charles. Dude, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, this means the world to me. Thank you so much.
I think most importantly, thank you, Trev. It's been.
Thank you, Homer.
We have been doing this over. Well, I just realized this is episode 69. This is a very nice way to end. A very nice way to end our 69th edition. But no, bro, seriously, bottom of my heart, obviously the people, we love that, but thank you, bro. Honestly, it is always a pleasure. Every Tuesday, I look forward to it. Because I know 7 p.m. ish every Tuesday ish.
Yeah, ish. Yeah,
we come on here and we just do some nonsense, and it's always a fun time.
Dude,
we
2
agree a
hours.
lot.
I sit there and crack jokes, and it's like seeing a family member I haven't seen in a while, and I really appreciate all you guys. And absolutely, Homer. If it wasn't for our casual, you like wrestling? I like wrestling. Okay. Talks.
Yo,
Back in the
yeah,
day,
when
this
we were
probably
trying to
wouldn't
hide it
happen.
from like Ryan or whatever, because we knew he was gonna make fun of us. It was like, wait, you guys watch that fake stuff, dude?
Let's talk about sports and football. That's
Like,
real.
look. This guy Stone Cold might be great, but he's no Jalen Hurts, all right? He's no Philadelphia Eagle.
Yeah, come on. But yeah, from the
Um,
bottom of my heart, we thank you guys, and I thank you, Omer.
I appreciate you too, but I appreciate everyone, guys. Be sure to, as Kenny Bomb is advising y'all, to smash that like button. Appreciate the super chat there, Kenny Bomb.
Thanks, Kenny.
Appreciate all of you. Dubstream, that's for damn sure. Chris giving you a shout out. Love you, bro. He loves you.
Love you too, brother.
Hell yeah. Love you too. I don't even know you and I love you. It was the old I love you. It's been a love fest. I love it. Next week, by the way, a very nice way to end the show. Well, I will say, for my way to end the show, I just want to say that no matter what you're going through, no matter what you're watching, no matter what is happening in your life, always take solace that you're not a jabroni jobber like Matt Cardona. And until next time, be happy, be healthy. As always, keep it real.
Love those who far, guys. Hug those who close. Have a great week. And Will Ospreay is going to beat Brian Danielson.
All right, we're going to redo that ending and do it right this time. Because I think you messed up. You switched up the wrestlers there at the end.
No, I think I said it right. I think I said it right.
We're not going off the air until you admit that Brian's gonna win.
I said it was good. I'm being a jackass right now, but I said it's gonna be.
Dude, you're talking to the ultimate champion right now.
True.
Oh man, nah, but I can't wait for that match. That match is gonna be so epic. Anyway, guys, appreciate y'all. Be sure to go follow on Twitter at TREVERTAINMENT, TREVERTAINMENT. Go over youtube.com/OT Graps. Subscribe for all the clips, all the content, all the takes, all the nonsense, so much more. Go over there. Until next time, as I said, be happy, be healthy, keep it real. Trevor, hit him with that stuff real quick.
Love those who are far and hug those who are close. Have a good week, guys. See you next time.
Have a nice week.